Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well, day or night, whenever you tune in and see this. Just fixing the camera, sorry. So yeah, this is a general reading for water sign Pisces. General reading means it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. And it is also a timeless reading, meaning that for some people it could resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, a year in the past, a year in the future. So always take it how it resonates for you. And this reading may also resonate for you, even if you are not a Pisces moon or Pisces sun or Pisces rising, as we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our each individual birth charts. So depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with your moon sign or your sun sign or your rising sign. So that's why I always encourage everyone, if they haven't already, to check out your other placements just by doing a free basic birth chart online. Even if you don't have your exact birth time, you can still get your placements. So yeah, we're going to get into your reading here, Pisces, in just a moment. And thank you, as always, for your patience as this video came out later than I originally wanted it to, but such is life, right? So we're here anyway, and the intention is good on my side. So we're going to go in your reading in just a moment here. But I also wanted to say that if you're new, just wanted to, of course, welcome you first. And even if you're not new, welcome back as well. I appreciate everyone's energy. I did want to say that at the end of the live reading, I will take one photo of all the cards here and post it online. So if you want to check it out while you watch or listen, if you're not watching the live, or you just want to see it in more greater detail, all you have to do is click in the description box below here and follow the instructions. So I think that's pretty much it. I got from my mom this really cool incense waterfall thing. So I was gonna light it while I do the sound bell, and maybe you can get in the meditative zone or something. I don't know, I just thought it was cool, and I showed it in the last video. So yeah, so we're gonna do a quick little sound bell here for some general grounding and healing for the reading for you and for me. So if you are listening or watching with headphones, just be aware sometimes it gets a little loud. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can turn this light on. Hold on, guys. Oh, so bright, but just so you can kind of see the incense and stuff. I used to have this light on all the time, but it got hot and it pretty much blows out the cards when I put the cards up close and you can't see it. So anyway, check this out, guys. Don't be a pyromaniac, but it is. I'm always like, fire. But that's because I'm a fire sign too. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm just joking. So put this here. I think after a few minutes, it starts kind of moving down. I wonder if I could put it like right here or something. No, I can't really see it like that. Well, that kind of took away what I was trying to do. Wait, I have an idea. What if temporarily put it up higher? Let's see if this will work. Down yet. There it goes. Maybe you guys can see it. Okay, whatever. I'm trying. Anyway, let's get into your reading here, Pisces. And I also wanted to say that I know this reading is late. So the next series of reading after we start with Capricorn, because it's their birthday season still, then we'll start with you second, because we're going to go backwards through the signs. Okay. All right. So if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out, or you can just listen to. Okay. All right, Pisces. So you can fit it over here on the table. Got these crystals everywhere. Guys, I don't know if you can see it. It looks so cool. See how it flows down like a waterfall? I got like 2 hours of sleep last night because of my animals. So maybe it's really tripping me out because I'm like, look how cool it is. But anyway, it is super relaxing. So we'll get back to your reading. Pisces was like, what is happening right now? If you're a Pisces, even if you regardless of where Pisces is in your chart, maybe you'll cut me some slack and understand where I'm coming from, right? Maybe I'm just being creative. All right. Okay. So yes, let's get a little more organized here. So we're covering a 6-week period. So, normally I do a 2-week period or a month period. But because of my schedule lately, we're doing a longer reading. Okay. So we have one row, which has 3 cards for each week. So we're going to go back a little bit in time. But of course, depending on when you're watching this reading, as time is fluid and relative, we're going to go back to the week of November 24th or so. It's not exact. It could be a little bit before, it could be a little bit after, and then going through each week all the way until the last week of December here and kind of the first couple of days of January's energy as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and call out your cards here in the first section. And then also too, if you're new or just a reminder, if you've been here before and it's been a while or something, we also talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each of your decks here, because I'm using 2 different decks, okay? And then we'll also talk about your tarot confirmation cards. And then at the very end, we have 2 oracle cards as well. Okay, so what do we have here, Pisces? We have the 4 of Cups in reverse, the 7 of Swords right side up, the Empress right side up, 7 of Staves, known as 7 of Wands right side up, the Strength card right side up, the Tower in reverse, Judgment in reverse, 5 of Sacred Circles, also known as 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Staves or 2 of Wands in reverse, okay? And then we'll talk about these other ones kind of on the outside as my spirit guides have told me when to do that. All right. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water here. I had coffee in my other video earlier with Aquarius. And now I'm like, okay, now I need to switch it up to a little bit of water. Okay. So Pisces, yes. We're going to talk about November 24th week or so. We start off your reading here with the 4 of Cups in the reverse position, and this is actually how you want to see that card because it's an energy of possibly coming out of a period of not being satisfied with your options or your circumstances, okay, in the recent past. But here, the energy is flipped and you're coming out of that, or the person you're dealing with is coming out of that, or multiple people, or your general environment situation. I'm going to turn the light off now because it's super bright, y'all, and it's kind of warm today. And I have a turtleneck on. I don't know why I did that. Wait. Okay. I think you can even still see the incense a little bit, but whatever. Um, it's just better for me to show you the cards. So yes, this is the Four of Cups. When it's right side up, you see this guy kind of like not happy with what's being presented to him emotionally, right? And even through his body language, he's kind of slouching. But here it's in the reverse position. So it could be here, Pisces, that you are coming out of that energy, or again, someone around you or in your environment here. Okay. And when we talk about this first card in the first row from the week of November 24th, this could be energy from the recent past that's still lingering around. And what is recent, it will be different for everybody. It could be a couple of days ago, it could be a couple of weeks ago, months, years, etc. All right. Now moving forward, we have the Seven of Swords in the right side up position. And so this sword is this card that has swords. It is, for momentum in some ways, and has a kind of winning energy to it. Okay, so you see this Japanese man with all these swords that he's won from some type of competition or hard work that he's put in. But there is, for some people, a little bit of this like gossip like energy in the background with people talking about him. Okay. So maybe they didn't see all the hard work or effort that you put into something, or it's because of just their persona that people, think that they don't deserve it or something like that. Okay. But it really is about, kind of appreciating, if you got some type of rewards from some hard work, but not being overly confident or gloating, or, not necessarily like putting it in someone else's face if they aren't as abundant as you at this time. Okay. So I don't normally say that with this card, but that's kind of what I was feeling here. Now, moving forward, we have this really beautiful energy here of the Empress as your third card. Okay, so this could be happening more towards the end of that week of November 24th or so. And here we have a little bit of some Libra and also Pisces energy, right, which is you. It's not necessarily the moon card, but it does have some Pisces qualities. Okay, and so she is the boss woman, the CEO. Okay, she is like the no nonsense person. She's in the position of authority over others. Okay, she's in control of her emotions with the waterfall in the background here. All right, but she's also pregnant, so she's planting seeds for the future. Okay, so this is a very abundant card. Sorry, guys, let me turn that down. And that was funny because I said very abundant, and the song says, "Can I get a little bit more?" That was funny, or the commercial. Yes, so it could be a sign from spirit, but basically with this Empress card, right, there's more creativity, there's more feminine energy, right, because you see the feminine symbol on the side here, but we all have masculine and feminine inside of all of us, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman necessarily, or how you identify that kind of gender stuff. It's just that feminine type energy here, which is really nice when you think about it too. The Empress following the Seven of Swords, so it's like if you did get some kind of rewards for some hard work that you put into, and the other people were talking here, it's like I said, she's no nonsense, right? She's the businesswoman, the CEO. She's got stuff to do. She's delegating tasks. She's planting seeds for the future. So that is really nice energy. Okay. And now moving forward here, Pisces, into your second row, which is the week of November 29th or so. Sorry, guys, I'm like super hot. I need to put my hair up, but I don't know where my hair thing is. Okay. It like went from 40 degrees the other day to, I think it was 60 something today. So I didn't realize how warm it was going to be. It's kind of up. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Pisces. Now, back to your second row here. when you have, we just talked about the Empress card, right? That energy towards the end of the week of November 24th or so. And then it's following up with this really nice energy of the Seven of Staves, also known as the Seven of Wands. So this is also being open to receive and having more abundance and positive energy for momentum, okay? So there's this little small person here at the bottom, and then this Egyptian-like temple, and both of their hands are open, right, and ready to receive. And so this talks about, some type of spiritual initiation or leveling up spiritually in some way, but it is, extremely positive here. Okay, so if you just look at these two cards we just talked about. This is really nice energy here, Pisces. Now, again, if this isn't necessarily your energy, it could be the energy of a person or multiple people you're dealing with, or a general environment situation. Now, I did want to say too, I counted, I believe, 7 major arcanas here in your reading. So the more major arcanas you have can denote a lot of change coming up. Okay, so let me count them again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Okay. So just for example, I think so far in this series of readings that I've done for the other signs, right, November 24th through January 2nd, I think one other sign had 1 major arcana. Some had 3 or 4. Some had 5, 6, 7. One even had 8, I think. Okay, so it really does vary. Okay. And so at this point, I'll go ahead and call out the other zodiac signs that are associated with the major arcana cards here for some people if they're looking into that, or just find it interesting, and then we'll go back to the rest of the reading. So for each major arcana card, there is a zodiac sign associated with it. So we have the Empress, right, which I said earlier was a little bit of Libra energy, but also Pisces energy. We have the Sun card, which is Leo energy. We have the Strength card, which is Leo energy. So that's 2 Leo cards. We have Scorpio in the Tower. We have a little bit of Libra again with the Judgment card. Okay. We have Gemini. We have Pisces again. Okay, with the Hanged Man. Okay, because that's its ruler is Neptune, and that's your ruler, Pisces. So yeah, those are the signs. So Leo is here a lot, and Pisces. So since you have we're watching for Pisces, right? You could have a lot of Leo in your chart, or the other person, or multiple people. You could be dealing with just a sun sign Leo, or it means nothing at all. So just wanted to mention it as far as the major arcanas real quickly before we go forward. Yes, and just have so when we were just talking about here, Pisces, all the different zodiac signs or energies that was present in your reading, following the 7 of Staves in the right side up position. Your next card, your 5th card, is one of the Leo cards, the official Leo card, right? So this is the Strength card in the right side up position here, okay? Okay, sorry. So this is, right, you usually think right off the bat like physical strength, okay, with the depiction of the card, this African woman, with the lion here. And sometimes it's prying open the lion's mouth, right, or wrestling with the lion. But it's really about more of the inner strength and courage and confidence that we think of when we think of strength, okay? And so when this is following these 3 cards right here, the Empress right side up, the 7 of Staves, are known as 7 of Wands right side up, and in the Strength card, it's just like a lot of for momentum, positive energy, right? Being open and ready to receive, confidence, stepping into your power, being in control of your emotions, right? So some really nice energy at the end of that week of November 24th, and then going forward through some of the week of November 29th. Now, when we get to your 6th card, there's a little bit of a blockage here. And we'll find out more as we go, throughout your reading to find out why it's here, okay? But your 6th card is the Tower in the reverse position. And this is a little bit of that Scorpio energy I mentioned earlier. Okay. So when this shows up after all these really positive momentum cards, right? Positive energy, it's like, oh no, what is this blockage, right? What is this stagnant energy? So someone here could be resisting some type of change, right? A small change, a big change, a good change, a bad change, right? We don't know exactly. It'll be different for everyone. But it's also about resisting some type of enlightenment, okay? So it could be associated with a mental change, right? Because when it's right side up, you see this lightning hitting the top of the tower, which is your crown chakra. So we usually think of spiritual downloads, revelations, aha moments, I finally understand something. So there could be some resistance to that, okay? And maybe it's because if you're on this really good, almost like winning streak or just confidence, right? And all this forward momentum and stepping into your power and all of these things, maybe something happens here where somebody doesn't want to take in a new point of view or looking at something from a different perspective, okay? Because it has something to do with the mental capacity for change, okay? Or changing our mental process in general, okay? That's really what I'm feeling here. Now, going forward into your third week, the week third row here, I think it's December 6th, okay? So your seventh card is the Judgment card in the right side up position. So you had the Tower before and then the Judgment card. So two major arcanas, right following each other, okay? So this is talking about there could have been some type of judgment that wasn't well received or you didn't view as fair or the other person didn't view as fair or multiple people, general environment situation here, okay? Now, it's not necessarily the Justice card, but it is Judgment, right? And, sometimes if things don't go in our favor, when we're talking about, I'm trying to think of a good example or a good way to say it. When things are, yeah, like when you think of truth and you think of judgment, right? It can be subjective. So my truth is not necessarily another person's truth, okay? But if there was a judgment, right, that was not well received or didn't go the way that you had planned or the other person you're dealing with had planned, there could have been in the recent past a little bit of some self-destructive energy, okay, with this woman here at the top of the card punching the mirror. But since it's in the reverse for you, it could be that you're letting that go, that self-destructive energy, or the other person in the general environment is letting that go. So, it kind of will differ for every person since it's general reading, okay? But going forward, there is another, I would say, from your from your sixth card to your ninth card, there's like a slowdown of energy and a blockage that's going to last for a couple of days here. Now, that's with the Tower in reverse, the Judgment in reverse, and then your eighth card here is the Five of Sacred Circles, also known as the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, okay? So this is an energy of not only not wanting to give back charity in some way, there's like a lack of balance in something. So when we think of charity, it isn't just about money, right? You could give of your time. If you know a skill or some knowledge that someone else doesn't know, you could help them learn that. You could help an elderly neighbor, etc., whatever it is, right? But when this Five of Sacred Circles in this deck, the way it's shown, it's normally this Native American hut, okay, that's gone off from the rest, all right? And there's these two Native American women, and one woman is opening the curtains of the hut to let this other kind of female shaman-like figure come out. And it's about spiritual retreat and going within, okay? But remember, yours was in reverse. I'm hoping it'll focus here. Come on. There's a woman wearing like this headdress thing. I think I messed up the lighting earlier when I had the light on because sometimes it's like perfect, but I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Oh, you know what? Sometimes it'll focus on my ring. Let's see. Let's do that. No. It's like kind of in focus. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just a small detail. Or maybe I'm going blind. I can't tell right now. But sorry guys. This card was in reverse for you, okay? So it's like resistance to maybe I don't want to walk away from my community right now. I don't want to go off on my own. I don't want to have some type of spiritual development or spiritual retreat or rest in general, right? If you've been exhausted. So it's really interesting here, Pisces, because in one hand, in your second row, you had the Seven of Staves in the right side up position, which is all about spiritual initiations, right? But then here the next week, something happens with that Tower in the reverse position, and it kind of, gets you or the other person you're dealing with a general environment situation in the opposite kind of mode of that, okay? And I really feel that it has some type of shake up with someone's emotions here too, okay? Someone's emotions are all over the place and it's like clouding their judgment or just creating stagnant energy and it's harder to move forward. So you really see that with the Two of Staves in the reverse position, also known as the Two of Wands. So normally when it's right side up, there's this Egyptian woman and we see the back of her head and she's looking towards the Nile River, right? And so it's this energy of it's not a go, go, go energy. It's a passive energy of what's my next move going to be. I'm going to watch the ships go by. I'm going to do some people watching. I'm going to try to get some advice, that kind of thing. But it's reversed. So it's like, I don't want any advice. I don't want to slow down. It's this resistance to growth in some way, which is also so weird because the center card here you have is strength. So, we'll find out more as we go through your reading, definitely, and talk about your confirmation card and what's on top of the top and the bottom of your deck, one of your decks here. And then obviously when we go into your second group of cards, we'll know even more. But yeah, it is, interesting is how I would put it. And when we have, anytime there are blockages or challenges, it could just be a reminder to, we all go through that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So we'll go ahead right now and talk about this past energy, what's on the top of one of your decks here and what's on the bottom. So we have some more Leo energy with the sun in the right side up position. And then we have the King of Sacred Circles, also known as the King of Pentacles here. And this is I've been calling it lately, the way, way back past energy. So what is the way, way back past energy? It will be different for everybody. It could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Okay. But we have, in comparison, the sun represents enlightenment, okay? It represents spiritual downloads, revelations. I finally understand something, okay? I have more information, more light, right? But this is the past and this is the current energy. This is resisting the spiritual downloads, the enlightenments, the aha moments. I understand something, the change, whether big, small change or good or bad change, okay? So there's this resistance. But in the past, it wasn't necessarily like that. And there could have also been Pisces, like this masculine energy that was really either dominant in you or dominant in another person or multiple people, general environment situation with the King of Sacred Circles, okay? Because you see this kind of grandfather figure, Native American man here, and he's beating on the drum. But if you look really closely, sorry, let me just do it like this. There's actually lightning in the background here as well, okay? So it's like kind of talking about to get to this point where he, let's say, is close to the end of his life, he wants to pass something on to the younger generation. He, of course, had to have some type of enlightenment. So it's kind of like coming out in three different cards here for you, Pisces, okay? So something to just think about here, okay? Now, when we also talk about kings, it could be this masculine energy that was manifesting here in the way back past. Um, could have been a really supportive energy. It could have also been like you or another person, a general environment situation, felt like you had all the tools that you needed. It was a very grounding energy, right? Um, and so, when you also put these two cards, the past cards, together with your fifth card, the strength card in the right side up position, another Leo energy, it's just so interesting how in 1 week or one set of couple of days, it's a kind of this really forward momentum, positive energy that harks back to this past energy that maybe you have been working on for a while, and then we had a little bit of a blockage. Okay, but everything happens for a reason in due time, right? Now, your confirmation card here, down here from another deck, is confirming all of these cards in the first group of cards. I've been calling it a group, a group of cards. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands in the right side up position here. Okay, and what is she holding? A sunflower. The sunflower comes from the Sun card, so she is also enlightened, has spiritual downloads, revelations. She has more information. Okay, she's open to change in general. Okay, so all these really positive things. She's also sitting on her throne. She has support behind her from her support system, whatever it may be. But it just is really nice energy. If you just even look at the colors of the cards, right? This is kind of warm colors, but then also the blue at the top. It's like very comfortable and peaceful energy. Yes, my cat, she agrees as well. Okay, yes. So it's almost like saying here, Pisces, that despite this couple of challenges or blockages at the end of that third week, the week of December 6th or so, it's kind of like when the Queen of Wands comes in here and confirms, she's like, just keep going, just keep growing, right? The other thing to notice is on the wand here, there's little tiny leaves. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so that's the growth, right? So just keep growing, just give it time, that kind of thing. Okay. Now, going forward, we have your last 3 weeks here that we're going to talk about, and the week coming up, that last week of December and into the first couple of days of January. One thing I did want to mention ahead of time, I mentioned it in my second in my separate video where I have astrology notes that's very particular here, and I just happened to see it before I turned on the camera, Pisces. Today is December 25th, right? But on December 28th, just 3 days from now, Jupiter is going to be entering into Pisces. So Jupiter is all about expansion and growth, okay? So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if the last week is going to be really great. It is. It totally is. Okay. So that's my little like foreshadowing spoiler alert. Okay. But we'll go in order here and then get to the end, obviously. So I'll go ahead and call out your cards here. So let's see. You have the 10 of Cups in the reverse position, the Prince of Swords in the reverse position, Princess of Cups right side up, the Lovers right side up, the Hanged Man in reverse, Eight of Swords right side up, 9 of Cups right side up, 2 of Sacred Circles, also known as 2 of Pentacles right side up, and then the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, and then we'll talk about the other ones in due time, right? But, we'll go back, right, as your last card, your 9th card, the 2 of Staves or 2 of Wands, right? Not wanting to figure out, someone didn't want to figure out their emotions. They didn't want to get any advice, that kind of energy, right? So then it follows through with your 10th card, the first one in the first one in your second row here, second group. This one right here is the 10 of Cups in the reverse position, okay? So this is like saying almost, I'm not happy with someone's emotions or my own emotions here, right? Because the cups in tarot represent the emotions, okay? But it's in the reverse position. So it could also have something to do with expectations, right? When we think of 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles, it's like, oh my God, everything, right? 10 is a completion number in tarot, but you also see the rainbow and these people are going to cross over to the castle and party. So when it's in the reverse position, it kind of can have for some people this energy of the expectations are off, or someone isn't quite ready to level up in some way in a relationship, a work situation with friends or family, however it resonates here. Okay. But good things are coming. So just hold on a second here, Pisces. Now, moving forward, right? Back to now this row too, I forgot to mention, and hopefully you can see. Let me move this. This row here, the fourth row, the fourth week, this is December 13th week that we're talking about here. Again, past energy. But we have the Prince of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, so this is also, trying to think of the way to say it. It's like mental confusion, emotions, again, could be all over the place. Someone I really feel is resisting this like meditative energy, okay? Because let me show you the card right side up. There is water, okay, here behind this Japanese samurai guy, okay? But remember, it's in reverse, okay? So I really feel that this energy that we talked about from the first group where the tower was in reverse and then, all these other cards here, it's like someone's resisting slowing down, someone's resisting, getting into this meditative state because their emotions are all over the place and they're not necessarily like happy emotions, or they're not emotionally content in some way. Okay. But going forward, here we have a nice little reprieve, right? Nice little fresh breath of fresh air. The Princess of Cups, right side up, comes here as your, where are we at? This is 10, 11, 12th tarot card. Okay, so it could be towards the end of that week of December 13th or so. Here's the Morgana figure, and she's out at night picking her herbs for her herbal magic, but she has her cup, and her cup is right side up. It's not spilled over or anything, okay? So she's working on, because she's a princess, not a queen yet, she's working on what makes her happy, what makes her content, what are her emotional priorities, emotional boundaries, leaving any past illusions in the background with the moon there, okay? But also the moon card, this is not the moon card, obviously, but the moon card can be kind of similar to Pisces energy, since that is your tarot card, right? But it's just also this card can be talking about doing things at different times than necessarily society tells you, right? Because why would she be out at night picking herbs? Okay, maybe she's just a night person. Maybe there's certain plants that only bloom at night or something, right? So that could be an energy here as well. Now, with her being a princess too, she's open to learning new things. She's not a queen yet, so that's a really good place to we all need reminders to do that from time to time, right? Regardless of our status, of our position in work and how old we are, etc. Okay. Now moving forward, currently into the week we're in right now, this fifth row is starting December 20th, okay, till about December 26th, tomorrow or so, okay, depending on when you're watching this and where you are in the world, okay. But here comes some Gemini energy, all right. We have the Lovers in the right side up position here, and this talks about some type of higher vibrational love. It could be romantic love, it could be a work partnership, it could be with friends or family, or even self-love. It'll be different for everyone, but it is divinely guided love, and it feels like there's an equal give and take here in whatever this union is, okay? And it feels like also when it's following the Princess of Cups, it's like the more that you, Pisces here, or the person you're dealing with, general environment situation, the more that you are open to learning new things and not necessarily set in your ways or stubborn. This could bring in a partnership, that is really equal here for you. And I don't know I don't feel like it's necessarily, again, it would be different for everybody. It could be a partnership coming from the past. It could be a partnership you're already in and now it's reaching that place, or it could be completely new. It will be, different for everyone here. But it seems like it's, moving you out of that energy of not wanting to meditate or go within, or just being in some low vibrational frequencies, to now in this higher vibrational love frequency. Okay. But there is a small one more challenge or blockage before we get to your last row, which is when Jupiter moves into Pisces later on next week on the 28th, that I think it was. Okay. But we have to get through the last blockage here. So we have the hanged man, or this one is called the hanged one, in the reverse position. So this is an energy of not being grounded enough. What is being grounded? Taking care of your mind, body, spirit connection, taking 10 minutes out of your day to do something you like, whatever it is, okay? But also it is about someone's resistance to seeing something from a new perspective. So when the card is right side up, you see this baby fetus, right? And they're upside down looking like to us, okay? But it's saying that someone needs to see the whole picture, see something from a different angle, someone else's point of view. So there is a little bit of this resistance here showing up again, and it could have something to do with some type of partnership, right? Since it's following that. Now, before we go forward to your other, what number are we at? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Before we get to your 15th card, I do want to go back a little bit because I forgot to talk about, dun, 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 all in divine timing, what is on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, the one with the yellow border. So I want to take back something I said about, this partnership with the Gemini card, the Lover's right side up. I do feel like it could be a past relationship because we have the Two of Cups in the reverse position here. But if it's not a past relationship, it could be like, in the past, I always operated a certain way in my work relationships, or in my past, I always operated in a certain way in my romantic partnerships, something like that. Okay, but we'll find out and get more into it. So we have the King of Swords in the right side up position on the top of your deck, and the Two of Cups in the reverse position on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so in this past here, Pisces, it could be that this sacred union was not balanced because it's in the reverse position, so there wasn't an equal give and take, or it was if it was a romantic situation, it could have been more on the lustful side and not on the lovey-dovey side, right? It wasn't divinely higher vibrational love. It was like lower vibrational love, okay? But again, it doesn't have to be romantic. If it's a work partnership, somebody was giving too much energy or working too hard and someone wasn't giving enough with friends or family, or, vice versa, however it goes here. But, when we talk about the King of Swords in the right side up position here too, he is securely sitting on his throne, right? And he's got his sword in the right side up position. That's how you want to see it. That's that mental clarity. We also see some birds flying around in the background. So he has the ability to see something from a higher perspective, this is past energy, but here in the current energy, right? Someone's resisting that with the Hanged Man in the reverse position, okay? So this could have been you, Pisces, here. Yes, Nefertiti, sorry, my cat. This could have been you, Pisces, here with this King of Swords energy, or it could have been someone around you or influencing you in some way with this masculine kind of grounded energy, right? But there was a point, where was it? We were talking about, oh yes, with the Princess of Cups. This King of Swords energy, he can be a little stuck in his ways, right? He's got the beard, the white beard. He's put in a lot of years and experience. So the downside of the King of Swords, because there's always positive and negative every card, the downside of the King of Swords is he could be too stuck in his ways and not wanting to budge, right? But here in the present current energies, You have the princess who hasn't become a queen yet, and so she's open to learning new things and not doing everything. Well, I always did it this way, so I'm going to always do it this way. That kind of energy. All right. Now, moving forward, where were we? Da da da. Your 15th tarot card, right, is your last kind of blockage, stagnant energy card. It's the Eight of Swords in the right side up position. Okay. And it's following the hanged man or hanged one in reverse. So here you see this Japanese woman and she's fanning herself, right? And all the swords are going down. And that's, that the mental anxiety, worry, overthinking too much up in your head, exhaustion, okay? But there's also water back here. So she's kind of, in some ways, a little bit conscious of what's going on here and she wants to maybe work on it, but it's kind of like right around, could be like just part of you or a part of the other person or multiple people, general environment situation, maybe knows that they're stressed out or they're too much up in their head in some way, okay? And this is towards the end of this week we're in now, the week of December 20th, okay? But it's not exact, okay? It could be a little bit before, a little bit after. But going into this really beautiful energy I was mentioning before, this last week of December here, the last row, and the first couple of days of January. And this is when Jupiter is officially in Pisces in your sign, okay? So you have a lot of beautiful abundance. So your 16th tarot card is the Nine of Cups in the right side up position here. So here we talk about celebrational type energy. There's a party going on in this medieval scene. There's a woman dancing, somebody playing music, but all the cups are in the right side up position. So the cups again are our emotions, right? So it's like almost you're just really happy or you're in this really celebratory energy or people around you are like that and they're getting you into that energy. It's also being on the precipice of some type of leveling up for some people in some way because 9, almost 10, right? So leveling up in a work situation from being a manager to a CEO, or if it's a relationship thing, it could be we were seeing each other exclusively, or no, I lost my train of thought. Let's say you're dating someone and now you're moving in together, or you already moved in together and now you're getting married, or whatever the next step is, like, right, leveling up, okay? But this is really abundant energy and positive energy for momentum here. And it's so nice, right, to see after, too, the Eight of Swords of, like, being stressed out. And it's kind of funny, too, because it goes from 8 to 9. I mean, one's swords and one's cups, but it's still from 8 to 9, right? So it feels like it's the right timing. Again, it has something to do with Jupiter maybe going into Pisces. Okay. Now moving forward, your 17th tarot card here is the Two of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, also known as the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so here you see this Native American man, and he's trying to conjure the energy of the bear, okay, the spirit of the bear. So this is talking about power, courage. When we think of, some type of like collective unconscious energy being close to the new year, the end of one calendar year, and then the beginning of another calendar year. So what do we think of when we think of bears, right? Hibernating for the winter, right? Being able to save resources and survive like really rough storms, okay? So the bear is super strong. So here you're conjuring that energy, you're harnessing it, it's coming to you, you're slowly stacking your abundance as well. It could be that before you get that bear energy, excuse me, where did I put my water? Sorry guys, again. Okay. Before you get that bear energy, it could be that there's a little bit of juggling of resources, right? That also comes up with the Two of Sacred Circles here. But it's not. When I say juggling of resources, it doesn't feel. It could have something to do with money, of course, since it's a Sacred Circle or Pentacle card, but when it's following the Nine of Cups, it doesn't really feel like that for me. It feels more about, let's say, managing responsibilities, not resources. It could be managing responsibilities and someone stepping into their power. So yeah, I feel like it's a very positive thing here. Now moving forward to your last card in the main center here, we have the Six of Swords in the reverse position. And that's how you want to see this card here, Pisces, all right? So it's like, now I finally have the mental clarity. I'm putting all the swords down, okay? Because when it's right side up, you see this Japanese man and he's meditating, okay? And the swords are on the down position, not how we want to see them. But there's water in the background, so he's like trying to fix his emotions so it's clear for him, right? But now when it's in the reverse position, that's how you want to see the card. It's like, yes, I have my emotions in control. I'm letting go of stresses here. Or being too much up in my head, all that stuff. Okay, so one other thing we need to talk about real quickly too is your confirmation card here. Okay, so this one confirmation card is confirming all of your cards here in the second group. Okay, so you have the Four of Swords in the right side up position here. And you see this woman and she's kind of laying down. Usually they're laying down on top of a grave or a tombstone kind of thing. There's a little dog next to her, right? But this is, for me, the way that it came out with the other cards here, it feels more like a resting energy. Sometimes the Four of Swords can be putting something to rest and ending it, okay? And ending the lack of mental clarity. So when we put it together with the Six of Swords, right? Both of the swords are present, okay? One, they're still here going down, and then here, the card is reversed, right? So they're kind of going up. The handle is up, okay? And that's how you want to see it. And so for some of you guys, it could really be about recharging your batteries here, okay? So let me make sure I'm explaining it right. When this Four of Swords here is confirming all of these cards, I really feel like it's saying, because when you think about it this way, you had, let me do it this way so you can see the visual. You had the Prince of Swords in reverse, you had the Eight of Swords right side up, and you have in the way back past the Two of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Swords is coming in here and confirming and kind of saying, if there was a partnership that wasn't balanced or higher vibrational frequencies in love, it's because somebody was mentally confused or not getting enough rest. Somebody needs to take a nap, they need to eat right, all those things, okay? Oops. And so also with the swords, right, it's like there won't be as much mental confusion, anxiety, worry if someone here really takes care of themselves, takes a nap. But with the Four of Swords too, it's like however you find yourself, if you're in the group where you say, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm putting something to bed to rest and putting them on the grave, or you're in the other group where you're saying, I am, taking the time to heal myself and my mind, body, spirit, and get enough sleep and eat right. However you find yourself in what group, there is the dog here. So that's the loyalty. So this means that your support system, whatever it may be here, Pisces, is going to be with you no matter what. Okay, towards the end of December here, the last week of December, in the whole week, the whole month really of December, and going into the first couple of days of January. Okay. So that is what I have for you as far as the tarot. But before you go, real quickly, let's also get your little oracle cards. And always feel free to let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you, or if you have any questions or anything like that. I just want to say hi. All right. So your first oracle card is your love oracle message. And this is for romantic love or platonic love, or self-love, or all of the above, right? It says soulmate, and it says that, yes, this is your soulmate, okay? So obviously, if this is you're watching for romantic reasons, it pretty much makes very clear sense here. But also, you can have a soul tribe, right, with friends or family, people that you connect with on such a deep level that you're like, I've known you before in past lives, or you just feel really connected to them, okay? And then, of course, if we're talking about self love and you're working on loving yourself, you're like, I'm my own first best soulmate, okay? So hopefully that makes sense for you guys here. And, it could resonate during this time or even beyond. Now, your last oracle message here, it's a really cool card. I don't think I've pulled this one yet. My friend got me the Kalima Oracle deck for my birthday, my dear friend. I really love this deck just because of the imagery and also the meanings. Okay, so Kalima is considered in the Hindu religion like the goddess of justice. That's how I would describe it. But obviously, I'm not Hindu. But people would pray to her to extract justice for them, right? And then there's all these different manifestations of this Hindu goddess. Okay, so anyway, your Kalima oracle card that I pulled for you here, Pisces, is the mantra Shakti, and Shakti is divine feminine energy, which is also a big part of Kalima. Okay, so and the artist I think here is Jimmy Manton. Yes. Okay, so let's see here. We have mantra Shakti. Her voice creates and dissolves universes. Her vibration within our soul creates our life path. You have the sacred power of voice. How shall you express it? To call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to create. Listen for inner guidance and then set your course in motion. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul. In time, it shall manifest in transformed physical circumstances. Wow, this really, just that one sentence there goes back to your first card. Better circumstances, right? The Four of Cups in reverse, okay? That's like in the past, I didn't like my cups. I wasn't satisfied. I was like, these cups don't taste right. I don't like it, okay? But then coming out of that energy, that in time, things that vibe with you or connect with you better will be coming forward. So I just thought was really cool. Okay. Well, I'll read a little bit more, not everything, obviously, but let's see what else. The power of the word as a creative force has been acknowledged through the scriptures of multiple spiritual traditions, from Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam to the New Age and more. Word is vibration, it is resonance, it is sound directed into intentional form. Mantra is the sacred word, a sound that holds not only the power to create form, but has medicinal qualities for healing mind, body, and soul. In taking form, it creates new and vastly improved circumstances on all levels of our being. The sound of a beautiful voice can draw us closer, and the shrill sound of something harsh repels us. Sound can bring harmony from chaos and create beautiful patterns for manifestations that are healing and enchanting of life. It can disrupt and break apart that which has been built. So sound is powerful. All right. Let's see. It says the sounds of the Sanskrit Mantra are said to have been shared by ancient rishis or sages who handled teachings from the higher spiritual planes down to humanity. They did so to help humans deal with the challenges they foresaw. It says there are mantras for different purposes, and the simplest mantras can be very powerful. It says there are seed sounds or bhajas, which are single syllable mantras that invoke certain realities, including the realities or realms of various deities. The Kali Bija is cream. It sounds like creme, cream. Cream is a sound for invoking Shakti, the power, female Shakti, female power. The power and activity of Kalima in our lives and the world. All right. So that's going to end there just with this little invocation ritual, right, for the mantra of Shakti here. So hopefully there's not too much to pronounce, so I'll just go ahead and do my best, okay? All right, so it says, beloved Kalima Devdi, I call upon the light, Cream, I call your true nature, Cream. May the light bring peace, and may your true nature bring freedom. May there be a perfect balance between calming and liberating forces. I lay claim to the creative divine power within me and choose to align myself with the divine feminine power that protects, nurtures, and liberates all beings with perfect wisdom. I trust in you and say your mantra for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Harim Krim Ja Ma Kali. All right. So if you want to look more into that, you can, of course, look up the Kalima Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild and look up, I think you can even just Google mantras or Google Shakti mantras, okay? And this is card number 40 there. All right. So that is your reading here, Pisces. I hope you got something from it and it was helpful in some way. But yes, happy holidays. Again, if you celebrated some holidays in the past month or two, or you just started to, or you're going to in the future, or you just do the New Year thing, or maybe you don't do any of that. But I wanted to say happy holidays again. And mention too, Pisces, that I will be posting a photo, one photo of all the cards here. If you want to check it out, just check the description box below. And next time after we start with Capricorn, since it's their birthday, you will be second in line, so you will get your reading earlier next time. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So you guys take care, and I will see you later. All right, bye.